Yo, 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 welcome to another episode of Cinema Villains. I'm your host, Shaggy Black, and here's my cohort and partner in crime.
Jose Ole.
That is not his last name.
Yeah, I can't pronounce my last name, and neither can you, so don't worry about it.
You're right. So honestly, Jose, what we're covering tonight, my man?
No, we are covering one of my fucking favorite movies. I'm pretty hyped. I think we told ourselves we're not going to start off that heavy hitter. You know, not the big guns, but I think this is kind of a big gun, man. We are covering a movie from 2000, from the year 2000, called Battle Royale.
This movie single-handedly started a whole fucking genre of video games now. Every fucking game, every shooter, every first-person shooter that you're playing right now is coming from this one movie. This one movie provided a whole new way of playing video games.
Yeah, that's right. It's crazy how that just took over. I like that all of a sudden.
Dude, that like when did Fortnite come out? Like what, 2015, 2016?
Yeah,
no, about 2015,
about 2017.
About 2017. About 2017, right?
PUBG came out first. And
PUBG, then Fortnite.
Yeah.
And then everything else.
Apex, and then everything decided, we need a Battle Royale.
So this is the crazy shit about it. This movie has been out for now 20 years. Yeah. And it's still fucking inspiring. From like movies to books to video games. It was crazy. Like, do you remember the first time how you felt when you saw this movie for the first time?
Yeah, it was fucking crazy. The first time watching it. Because I just heard so much hype about it. And, you know, it was never released over here for whatever reason. And then finally, I think 2012, they finally released it over here on Blu-ray, and I picked it up. I remember going to Best Buy and picking up the last copy they had. I was like, I got to get this movie. It's just so much hype around it.
Yeah, I think I remember like I was, I know I rented it. Yeah. I remember I rented it from either Blockbuster or somewhere, because I can't say I fucking streamed it. That's a blatant lie.
Back then.
No, I remembered it. Like, I rented it from Blockbuster, and I watched it for the first time, and I fell in love with the movie. But it was watching, and it's crazy because I watched the movie today. Now, fair enough. When we do these movie reviews or villain reviews, we typically try to watch these movies together and kind of bring ourselves back up so we can actually have a fresh input on it and fresh thoughts. We had the unfortunate pleasure of actually watching the English dub version.
Yeah.
And I it hurt.
It was rough. That's a fucking poor dub.
Ooh, my God. Like, it did not age well.
No, not at all.
At all, dude.
Nope.
Like, when I tell you that the subbing was just like, it was off. Like, the word, and then I turned on the fucking not the notification.
Subtitles.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, the subtitles. And it just got better, but better in the worst possible way.
Yeah.
Like,
because the subtitles, I think, were still for Japan.
Yeah.
And they were just shit just didn't match up.
It didn't match up. Like, other things were like, when one part came up, he says, "Yeah, you guys are so gullible and perfect." He said in English, like, he said it in English, and then on the fucking subtitles, it was reverse. It was weird. It was super weird.
Yeah.
But also, like, when we go back and watch these movies, we typically, like, if you're listening to this is obviously the second episode of Cinema Villains. The way we do things here now is we pick our favorite movies and we share them with you, but we also talk about the villain in this movie.
That's right.
However, during some of these times, we actually may have a random villain that we may think may be the actual villain of the movie versus who they want you to think is the villain. Mm-hmm. So obviously that's more likely going to happen tonight and probably some future episodes. Yep. So be on the lookout for that. This is typical, like, a discussion. Also an argument, or however you want to put it, because, like, we're not going to have the same, like, there will be the heavy hitter villains that you will see down the line. They are going to be a part of our Villain Hall of Fame and the ranking system that we still have. But some episodes will have us discussing maybe having a different viewpoint.
Yeah.
of how the villains will work.
That's right. Yeah, because this is a weird movie. Because you can argue there's at least 4 villains in this movie.
Oh, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
because it's a thing. It's like fun. To see who we think is the actual villain and who we don't think is a villain. But yeah, like for not to spoil too much, but there's not a clear cut villain in this movie. Not kind of.
You may think it is, but like real talk, it's your prerogative. In this sense of this movie's importance, I guess, to me, other than now that we can't get it out of the mainstream, and it's funny that only people who look, if I would show people this movie today who'd never seen Battle Royale ever, they'd be like, yo, is this based on like Fortnite or anything like that? And it's shameful because this is what inspired Fortnite. This literally was the fucking Kickstarter from it. The only difference between this one is you're not being drugged.
Yeah, you're not being dropped out of a fucking plane
at all, like
or something.
Like you're just, and yeah, it's just something of the norm. But
there's no flossing, no flossing.
Thank fuck. But yeah, man. So go ahead, Jose, man. Read that good old synopsis.
Synopsis. As here we go. Battle Royale. In France. This is called Battle Royale with cheese.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, a group of students from a Japanese high school are forced to compete in battle, killing one another until only one is left standing. So, Battle Royale. No, exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you don't know what Battle Royale is, then now you know, obviously. This movie was directed by Kinji Fukasaku, and I hope I am not butchering that man's name,
right,
but we owe him a debt of gratitude.
Yeah.
Because he now haunts us with all of these video game tropes.
Exactly.
Like, you can't go in one shooter without having, unless you're playing Battlefield 5.
Battlefield will have one eventually.
No, Battlefield was supposed to have one, and they've never gotten it, at least from my knowledge.
Okay.
So, yeah. But, anywho, so I guess let's go ahead and start it, man. So, yeah, so from jump, this movie is fucked. You were literally watching a movie about kids dying.
Not just dying, murdering the shit out of each other.
And it's rough. Like, it is crazy to see that shit now, considering everything that's going on in the world, and you're sitting down watching this, and you're like, man, fuck, that's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean...
And, well, that's one of the reasons it never came out in the U.S. when it did. Well, 2 of the reasons. One, Toei or whoever distributed this movie in Japan.
I think it was Toei.
Yeah. They wanted too much money. They were like, oh, you want the rights to this movie? Give us a stupid amount of money. That was 1. And then 2, this movie was made released in 2000. And over here in the States, that's 1 year after Columbine. So no one wanted to release a movie with high school kids just shooting the shit out of each other at that time. Yeah.
Also, I think it was said Toei. And I was like, after fucking Godzilla 99, they didn't want anything to fucking really.
Yeah. Well, that's Toho. Toei.
Yeah, you're right. I am
Toei
drunk.
The Dragon Ball people.
I am drunk, Phil. Like, I am, and also slightly racist because I confused the two. I apologize.
No.
But no, like, okay, so the movie starts out, it's giving you the history of why Battle Royale came to place. The government saw that the youth were giving adults issues, and they were like, well, we're going to have to cut them down one by one. And they would pick classes, and these kids would go to an offset island and would kill each other until one is left and brought back into society.
And what if they don't want to fight each other, Shag? What if they choose, no, I'm not participating in your bullshit ass fucking murder fest?
Then we will kill you. Yep. Anyway, like that's the thing. They had collars around their necks, and that it was poorly. If you didn't do anything, or you were caught in one of the
danger zone.
If you were caught in one of those zones, your head was going to explode.
Yep.
Or neck, because this movie had it was bad CGI. And I love practical effects. I like my sticky blood.
Yeah.
Give me that shit all the time, but like
Yeah, this movie had a lot of that CG blood.
You had CG blood mixed with like
blood squibs,
like squibs, and it was just it looked tacky. And it's funny because I'm sitting here like sound like I'm about to shit on the movie. I'm not about to shit on the movie. I still enjoyed myself considering how dated it was.
Yeah,
but it had its flaws.
Absolutely.
But,
yeah. We can't. It's not a perfect movie, but goddamn, it's a great movie still. Yeah.
See, and it's crazy because even watching it back then, I thought it was fucking monumental. Like, were not getting some shit like this ever. I was like, yo, you have got to fucking watch this movie. I made my ex-fiance watch this.
Yeah.
And she looked at me in like fucking disgust. I'll never forget that. Like, we were like, yo, I was like, yo, you gotta fucking watch this shit is crazy.
Yeah. One of my friends, when we watched it all together, because it was me and a group of friends that watched it for the first time together, one of them just looked up to me, he's like, what the fuck are we watching? He's like, holy shit. It's crazy.
But I get, so obviously the Japanese government actually chooses different classes each time. It's not the same class.
Nope.
So these group of kids, about 40 kids.
Yeah, it was about 42, I think. Yeah,
it was 42, but we're adding.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
The exchange students.
Yeah.
You get 40 kids. They're coming on. They're actually coming back from a basketball game. And next thing you know, everyone's like getting knocked out. Everyone's asleep. One kid wakes up. Who's happened to be our hero of the movie.
Our main character.
He wakes up, and to be fair, we can only name the few characters. Not because we don't want to, actually a little bit of that, but out of respect, this is one of those movies that didn't really need a plot.
No, not really.
At all. The only plot you needed was murder, mayhem, and survival.
Yep.
We got that. But obviously, we are going to, for the sake of this, we are going to give you the plot. So, pretty much what happened here was... You had so they're knocked out on the bus. They wake up. They're in like an abandoned schoolhouse or a warehouse or whatever the hell. I don't even.
Yeah, I think it was a school. Yeah,
was it?
It was a chalkboard.
Okay, yeah. So, well, they can even put a fucking chalkboard anywhere though. Excuse me, that was a dingy ass school, man.
Yeah, it was a beat up ass school.
That shit was.
Well, yeah, because at the end, slight spoiler, they're like, we got to ram this truck into the school.
Yeah, you know what? It was a school. Yeah. It was that bitch was a school with like that needed a tetanus shot because Jesus Christ. But yeah. Anyway, you see this shit. And the kids wake up and they're like, they see their old teacher. This teacher left his job because a student literally tried to stab him. The kid didn't stab him. He pretty much sliced his ass cheek.
Yeah, literally like cut him in the ass. It's like, what the fuck?
And he just quit. Now, after watching that scene, and I remember I'm right there with them because I'm like, yo, these kids are fucking bad, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck it. They gotta go. They gotta go. I felt that type of way with them because at the same time I'm sitting here going like, yeah, I get it. Somebody tries to like some kid tried to stab me and I can't hit him back.
Yeah, I'll nominate him.
Yeah, I'll nominate him. Get him out of here. Yeah, but so these kids are in that classroom. They are 40. They're scared. They're worrying about it. And their teacher sitting there saying, "Hi, remember me?" And he explains to them what's going on. Obviously, you got some kids up being rambunctious. 2 of them die.
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking about like this is how you knew the shit was real, movie wise. One of the girls was whispering after the teacher said, "Do not whisper." Homie threw a fucking knife right in her fucking head, right in the middle of her fucking forehead. Which is actually, now that I think about it, this was probably the only headshot in this fucking movie.
No, you're absolutely right. Because we were like, why is no one shooting someone in the fucking head?
Like, no one... This is the only headshot in this movie, the least I faithfully remember, other than, like, bullets just magically shooting upwards, because no one else is shooting in the fucking head. But, anyway, so these kids, the girl's dead, they're freaking out, and there's an army of dudes blocking the door, making sure they don't leave. They're like, yeah, no, this is not how this is going to work. Another kid, who was the kid who tried to cut the dude in the beginning.
Yeah.
Straight up. Went to him and tried to figure it out. And the teacher remembered this. And the teacher was like, okay, y'all don't believe this? Y'all still think it's a game? Cool. Hold on. He presses a button. And on this collar on their neck starts the timer. The kid started freaking out, getting pushed around like it's a hot potato. Motherfucker explodes. And watching it back then, that shit blew my mind because I'm like, holy shit, they are killing kids. Kids! At that time, man, I was getting into my movies and everything and trying to watch horror. It was one of those things that you never seen kids die.
Yeah, very rarely. That's kind of like one of the rules of
like kind of taboo,
movies.
Right?
Yeah.
Not even in Children of the Corn, man.
Yeah.
Like you didn't even really see that shit. Like it was taboo.
Unless you're watching an international horror movie, because then you're fucked, kid. Sorry.
Oh yeah, like they do not care. Looking at you, Suspiria.
Yeah, Italian horror movies or Spanish horror movies, nope. But anyway, yeah, man. I mean, he just gets murked off the back, like
his fucking and it's crazy. Like here's a funny thing about me. When it comes to horror movies, I am all down for body dismemberment, like torture, any and all of it. I don't care, dude. Ripping and tearing, doesn't matter. The moment the throat is cut, I get squeamish.
Yeah.
When I first seen this motherfucker's neck get exploded, I got queasy, man. It was like, I was like, oh, fuck. And it was just, but now looking at it now, I see nothing but like that blood squirt. And I'm like,
it's like the combination of CG and like a blood.
Yeah, like a fucking,
yeah,
like you're watching fucking Kill Bill all over again.
Yeah, which is funny because Quentin Tarantino loves this movie.
Oh yeah,
it says that on the Blu-ray. It says one of my favorite movies ever. I wish I made this movie, like Quentin Tarantino, like quote Quentin Tarantino.
Think about if he'd made this. I know the plot would have been so much better.
Yeah,
like the dialogue.
Like they were trying to remake this movie forever. Like give it a U.S. remake. I'm like, just give it to Tarantino.
Yeah, exactly.
Just give it to him.
Like he's weird as fuck, but like the man can make a movie. Like I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you. But like, yeah, this movie just right off the bat just starts killing kids off rip. And the crazy shit is, looking at it now, when I tell you that you don't care about the plot in this movie, you really don't. Like, that shit goes out the window. You don't even have a favorite kid that wants to survive. You're like, there's only like a handful of kids that you will give a shit about.
Yeah.
Honestly. And that's like if you give a shit about them. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Like, I guess you give a shit about the two main kids.
Yeah, you kind of do, but like I'm not gonna lie, the English sub shit did not help.
Yeah, the dub fucking no.
That shit did not help their case.
Yeah,
like
I just talking, it was so.
It felt
bland.
weird.
It was emotionless.
It was dubbing. It was just like, yo, what are we like? Like I knew they're not gonna die, but at the same time, I'm just like, bruh.
You can go ahead and kill him,
bruh. Like if he randomly gets a bullet somewhere, I'll and doesn't get up from it, I'll be okay with it. Like that's the problem that this movie had, was you didn't really care about like the plot. Like it was just senseless violence at this point, but it wasn't like Transformer type of like, this plot is ass, but I'm here for Transformers. Nah, because this one was like you didn't hear about it. It was taboo, and then next thing you know, you're like, holy shit, this is crazy.
Yeah, well, there is a plot, but the plot, like I said, the plot's simple. The plot is don't die.
Yeah,
That's
plot.
Literally the plot.
This is one of those movies where the plot is secondary.
Yeah,
it is not the star of the movie. No. This is not what you came. You did not come to Battle Royale for the plot. Yeah. You came to see kids offing kids.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, so we said there were 42 kids. Two of these kids were exchange students.
Yes.
One of these kids was a person who actually had lived through the game.
Yeah, he's technically a winner.
And the other guy, who I can only describe as if Naito from New Japan Pro Wrestling and became the Punisher overnight, sprinkled with a lot of Joker. That is pretty much it. Homie does not say a word. He signs up to literally just to sign up.
He's a volunteer. They said like there's always one volunteer in these things.
Yes, this dude just showed up and was like, yo, we killing kids? Word.
And he's like, okay, just show me where
they said these kids are in 7th grade. But
was it 7th or 9th?
They definitely said so. This is where the fucking this is where the fucking dub fucked me up.
Yeah,
because the teacher said 7th grade. Mm-hmm. The other word said 9th grade.
Yeah,
and I'm like, these kids are way too fucking old to be in seventh grade.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
So I'm thinking it is ninth.
It had to be ninth.
Yeah.
So by this point, we're going to fucking say it's ninth grade. I don't care what anything says, anything else. I hope, and if I'm right, cool. If I'm not right, fuck it. I'm gonna be right today.
Exactly.
But these kids, but I think it makes it funnier that way because like these motherfuckers are like definitely in their 20s.
Yeah.
They're just back.
What? No. Wait, which ones?
Both of them.
Oh, the volunteers.
The volunteers.
Yeah.
The volunteers, not the actual kids.
Yeah.
The actual kids are like maybe 15, 17.
That was one of the big, I don't want to say controversies, but big deals about it when they came out. He actually used the age of the kids, how old they're supposed to be. You know, because a lot of times you get like an older kid playing.
Yeah, playing a younger guy.
Yeah, but no, he tried to get the right age for each kid.
Man, it's oh my God, dude. It is.
With the exception of those two, I guess.
Those motherfuckers look like they can rent cars. Like they were of age. I'm gonna just say that right now. Like it, but just the dubbing was so bad. Like I cannot stress that enough. Just watching.
It's one of those things. If you watch this movie, please watch it subtitled. Please,
man. If like this movie is only available to stream for free on Tubi and Amazon Prime and Vudu for free with ads.
Yeah.
If you were lucky enough to still own this movie, watch it with subtitles. Don't do anything else because it's just going to ruin the effect of the movie.
Yeah.
But once again, we're getting... It feels like we're shitting on this movie.
Yeah, but we're not.
We're not. We're definitely not. We're just getting that shit out of the way because it's just fresh in our minds. Mm-hmm. But we can get off to the fun shit.
It's like the dub of this movie is a perfect example of why Parasite will never have a dub.
Yes.
Exactly.
God, yes. Yeah. So, first off, I want to say one of my favorite characters in this whole movie is the teacher, Kitano. Mm-hmm. Homie actually like has the hardest blinks I have ever seen a grown man do.
Yeah.
I have not seen a motherfucker do a harder blink ever in my life. And I've been on this planet for 30 plus years. And
well, I can give you a random fact.
Go ahead.
Apparently, years ago, he had an accident, like a scooter accident or something. Mm-hmm. And out of that accident, half his face is paralyzed.
You know what? That makes a lot of fucking sense.
So there you go.
Because I knew his face was kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he's actually in, I think he's in another movie that I really like, if I can remember correctly.
Johnny Mnemonic. He's in that movie.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. No, not Johnny Mnemonic, man. I was going to say Ninja Assassin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Played by B. Takashi. That's the actor of this guy. That's
like Takashi, and funny thing is Takashi Kitano. That's he used his fucking real name in this movie, which I never knew until I had to do my homework.
If you ever remember MXC from Spike TV, he's that guy. He's that guy. That's him. That's why I always said. Oh shit! That's why I made the joke when we watched the movie. Like, man, Takashi's Castle got really hardcore over the years.
Man,
it's that guy. It's what was his name?
Oh my god. He was the heavier dude.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. And shout out to our villain brother Shane. The other day he gave me a link to a Twitch channel that just shows MXC on loop 24/7. I'm like, thank you, Shane. I need this in my life.
Dog, that's so funny. That is so funny, man. Like, oh shit, I think I fucked up. He isn't in fucking. I don't think he is in. I think I confused my dudes. I need to stay off the alcohol. But anyway, like I loved him.
Vic Romano, let's go. That's who he plays in MXC.
Man. Yeah,
get it.
Vic. Did he wear blue?
Yeah,
he wore the blue. He wore the blue.
Kenny Blankenship, his little homeboy.
Yeah, man, that shit had me rolling.
Shout out to MXC. That show was great.
But he was one of my favorites only because, like, so the dubbing actually had a bright spot, and he was that bright spot because, like, the way they voiced over his shit was the funniest shit ever. While he was leading these kids, after killing a kid, deliberately killing 2 kids, he was literally giving those kids a pep talk every time, every morning between 6 a.m. and noon.
Yep.
And obviously 6 p.m. and 12 midnight. You would get those alerts, and he would be like, "Hey, I know you just shot your best friend in the back, but it's okay. You got it. I believe
Yeah.
in you.
It's
I'm just like,
good luck, kids.
hey, everyone, take a break from killing and
Because
eat
it's
lunch.
lunchtime. Yeah, he's like, because it's lunchtime.
Man, oh my god, dude. Whole like he was a bright spot for me.
Yeah,
Also,
absolutely.
him and his love of cookies.
Man.
He stole a bag of cookies from these kids, and homie was munching on those cookies for the whole movie.
And some soldier came try to come and like, oh, some cookies. He was like, no, fam.
Nah. He mushed dude.
Yeah.
Like verbally mushed dude. Like he was like, yeah, no.
And took his cookies. He's like, no, you
No,
can't have
sir.
none.
You cannot have. Who told you can have my cookies?
He was like, put that cookie down.
Put the cookie down. Nah, he was fucking. Sorry for that horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. But
That's what this movie needs. That's what the American remake needs.
oh my god, dude! What if he was the teacher?
He should be. It's like, yeah. It's like you're going to kill each other.
It's like.
He's like, I need you to die. One of you will survive and get to the chopper at the end.
Oh my god, dude, that is awful. As a matter of fact, before we continue on with the actual plot point, I do have a question because I did write these down in my notes. How do you think you would have lived or would have fared in this movie?
Oh, I'd have died.
Yeah.
Horribly.
Yeah.
Pretty damn quick.
Ninth grade,
Jose? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm getting fucked up.
ninth grade Shag would have at least killed about maybe 2. One would have been accidental.
I was about to say, if I killed anyone, it'd be on accident and not
Yeah,
me
this definitely-
freaking the fuck out.
It definitely would have been accidental.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I got my bloodlust until I was at least a senior.
Yeah.
So, nah, baby, this is not happening. Like, it is. I don't think I would have fared. Now, it was funny that we were talking about this while we were watching the movie. Obviously, as the kids are leaving the building, they are getting called out one by one and receiving rations. They're taking their personal items, they're taking their rations, and they're giving one bag that's filled with weapons. Now, this bag of weapons could mean anything. It could be you can get an AK, you can get a machete, get some nunchucks, and you could probably get a fucking frying pan.
Yeah. Oh, binoculars.
Something useful, but something redundant if you're trying to kill someone because it's right there.
Yeah.
Like, I think now I give the kids props who were killing motherfuckers pretending to be MacGyver coming up with anything.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like, I will say this, while I probably would have died in that movie, the idea that you had is genius. Like, why wasn't a motherfucker sitting outside plucking motherfuckers on? Like, soon as I found out I had a gun,
Yeah.
you would be plucking motherfuckers one by one
Just bam, bam.
as they walk out. Like,
Kill, shoot, run, take their shit, shoot again, take their shit.
and that's the thing. Like, someone would be walking out seeing the dead. My problem with that was people will walk out and start seeing the dead bodies pile up, and then they're kind of like, wait, what? Like,
Well, they can't do nothing about it. The army guys will push you out.
they're like, that's what you. So that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, yo, like if I'm coming out, if you just walked out and started plucking motherfuckers off one by one, I come out and there's a fucking pile of dead bodies, like at least sprinkled in the front of the exit. I'm sitting there and I'm probably turning right back around, but I'm probably gonna end up dying anyway. So it's just at that point, I'm hoping you fucking ran out of bullets. But the smart thing, if you were smart, like that was one thing. I was like, why wouldn't people try to do that? One kid actually did.
Yeah.
He just had his bow and arrow.
Yeah, he had like a damn crossbow.
It was a crossbow. It was a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
He had a crossbow, and he was shooting motherfuckers out. Now, granted, God bless these children because they made the shit work having no training.
No.
Especially the ones who got like projectile weapons, like guns, like the fucking bow and arrow. You got these weapons and you would just pray that you're hitting people. Now, the dude with the bow and arrow probably hit more motherfuckers on target than some of these kids with the guns. But he stood out there and was was at least killing people as he come off because he's like, yo, I don't want to die. But that whole thing is, you had people that were terrified, like super fucking terrified of doing anything. You had you had the non-believers saying, oh, they're not going to kill us. You had the non-factor of people going like, hey, He's like, hey, we're going to band together. We're going to get out of this together. Then you had like the scared kids who weren't going to do shit about anything. And unfortunately, you had the people who actually who just unlocked that psyche of like, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? I am not going to die.
Survival mode.
Yes.
Like, flip the switch. It was
fight or flight, and they chose fight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Goddamn right, dude. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
Like, instantly. Like, you had to be in the pit of survival during that whole time of that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless him. Like, I would... Any kid with a gun, I'm pretty sure I would have taken my chances with.
Yeah.
Unless they had an Uzi, because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because anybody else with a point blank gun, they've missed more shots. You could have fucking swore they were stormtroopers.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like, what was this school? This school was stormtrooper training because people were missing shots point blank.
That infuriated me. Like, I knew these were kids and I knew they were scared. But
and I knew the main kids had plot armor, but still, even then, like point blank, I should have hit you once.
Man, so obviously we're getting to the point to where the movie actually really kind of starts and the kids are actually offing each other. And then right as that you see what, about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 kids die.
Yeah.
In the first 10 minutes once they're out of the fucking thing. Now the dude who that I described as pretty much Japanese Michael Myers. Pretty much. Oh, and he has a name. Is Kiriyama.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I never knew that dude's name in that movie whatsoever because the dude never talked.
Nope.
Didn't say a word. Mm-mm. I could have swore he laughed one time when he murdered someone.
Oh yeah, he smiles
with the microphone.
Yeah.
No, he smiles. But remember when he picked up the megaphone after he murdered? So this dude literally is like here for fun. He's here for kicks. Yeah. And you see him, and first off, these are kids that were in class together, and these are like fucking transplants. Mm-hmm. You have this dude come up. The first scene, and this is how you know they build that scene up, like this kid was going to be a problem. Homie was surrounded by what, 4 people?
Yeah, it was 4 people. 5.
5 people. 3 motherfuckers with guns.
Yeah, one had the Uzi.
One had the Uzi.
The most OP weapon in this fucking movie.
Jesus Christ, man. That fucking Uzi. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
He was surrounded by 5 people. 1 with nunchucks, 2 with guns, and
one chick with grenades.
One chick had a grenade. And it was 3 guns? 3? No, Uzi, 2 pistols.
The dude had
nunchucks and the fucking grenade.
Yeah.
So, Jose, if you were that guy in that situation, or if you grabbed that guy in that situation, and how would you handle that situation?
I'm going to shoot this kid I don't know.
Did they shoot this kid that they didn't know?
Nope. They were just like, hey, man, what's your deal?
You asked him a question. He didn't answer. You provoked him.
Yeah.
And now you're dead.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking dead.
He literally spits in the dude's face with the Uzi. And he was like, oh, you bitch. Grabs the Uzi, literally shoots everybody. Then one clean sweeping motion.
One fucking sweep. Everybody's down. And he double taps.
Yeah, he does not give a fuck.
This dude. Now, this scene right here was pinnacle enough because this literally was like playing a fucking battle royale game.
Yeah.
Because everybody's dropping, everybody's dead, and you're picking up their shit. Mm-hmm. That one thing, that one scene, if you do not watch this movie after playing these games and have no idea where this shit came from, just watch that one scene on YouTube. I promise you it's probably on YouTube somewhere. Watch it. That's the whole movie. That one thing is just that's it. It's pretty much it.
That is the battle royale instant. Kill someone, take their shit, and fucking go kill more people.
And get out of the fucking danger zones whenever you can. Like this, but the way he did it was so fucking smooth. Like watching this movie when I originally did, I thought he was the coolest motherfucking character.
Yeah.
See, Shag was also was an edgelord, so he was like he followed edgy fucking characters.
Yeah.
This kid was an edgy character, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, this motherfucker's a villain. And the way I'm talking about this, the way I'm swooning, this young man may actually be my pick to be the villain of the movie. But we're gonna finish the movie first,
yes,
and then we'll go to the end of that. But he was terrifying.
Yeah.
Like he was the one thing that had like no, like everyone had a soul until their spirit was broken.
Mm-hmm.
But him, he was just there.
Yeah, he was just there. He's like, they said, "Hey, man, you want to kill some kids? Fuck yeah! What I gotta do?
Like
Okay,
shit,
here you
man.
go.
This motherfucker shot you in your shit just because it was Wednesday. That was
Yeah.
that type of dude. Like he was.
Like you said, he's Japanese Michael Myers. He's just gonna pop up and murder you for no fucking
He
reason.
literally did it. He
Yeah.
was literally dude popped out of the fucking bushes. Gunshots. All you saw. Oh man, I think my favorite kill by him, however, was chasing homie on the bike.
Yeah.
Homie was dude was riding his bicycle, trying to run away from him. Homie is shooting the Uzi at him, and he falls off the bike. He's running for his life. He finally gets cornered. Dude picks up the Uzi, shoots him down.
Yeah.
Bike kid falls to the ground. Camera cuts back. He opens up an eye, and I'm talking about bike kid opens up an eye and starts laughing maniacally because he fucking survived. Come to find out that his weapon was a fucking bulletproof vest.
Yep.
So, like a jackass, he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking alive, man. I did it. I'm alive. Yes. Camera slowly pans up,
Yeah.
and you see Kiriyama, Japanese Michael Myers, sitting on the top of the fucking roof.
Yeah.
No telling how he got on that fucking roof.
Exactly. Yeah.
And unsheaths a knife, who I can only not a knife. I'm sorry, a fucking sword, a katana.
Yeah.
Where I'm gonna sit here going like, "Yo, I know that wasn't your weapon. I don't know who you killed to get said katana, but this motherfucker just pulled that bitch out." And this, I love my movies, and it's certain ways that you can shoot and how you can do things in this movie. The way when he unsheathed the sword, and he just threw the sheath.
Yeah.
That's when you knew he was like, "I'm just gonna enjoy
He threw
this."
the sheet and he had the biggest shit-eating.
Yes,
grin.
he just tossed the fuck. Like he just said, "She." He didn't just put it on the ground. This motherfucker flinged it. Like he just flung it like a bat, a bat toss. Like he just like, yo, like he just fucking hit a home run. Like he just
flipped the bat.
just flipped that bitch, and he's just like, "Heh, no, biggest fucking shit-eating grin." Jumps down and fucking cuts dude's head off.
Just decapitates poor guy.
Just done. He is fucking done.
And takes his bulletproof vest, so now he's even more
OP.
Michael Myers, because you can't kill him now.
No, it's gonna be fucking, it's crazy to try to kill him. It's just, oh my God. It's just, that shit was just so great. The way it was just cut, like you knew he enjoyed it because you knew he was a fucking psychopath. Because he just enjoyed what he was doing. He just wanted to kill.
Yep.
No reason. It just was there. So anyway, with that, you see, so we kind of got ahead of ourselves, but that was still one of my favorite scenes. Actually, pretty much one by one, the kids are getting killed. They're like, and then like, but now I think about
There's one couple that kills themselves. They're like,
yeah,
no.
one couple fucking commits. Actually, was it two couples?
Yeah, actually, it is two couples.
Yeah,
That's
two
right.
couples fucking commit
One
suicide.
one couple jumps off a damn cliff.
And the other one hangs themselves.
They hang themselves.
Holding hands?
I think so. Yeah.
Or something like that. But they
I know the jumpers jumped holding hands.
Yeah, they jumped holding hands.
Yeah,
and
I don't
then
know
they're
about
like, dead. But one by one, the kids are fucking getting off, and we find our heroes who, like, honestly, are they really heroes? No, they're just people that the movie wants you to care about the most.
They're like the least shittiest kids of the group, basically.
Yeah.
Well, the girl's not even shitty at all. She's just a sweetheart.
She's a goddamn sweetheart. She's just that. Speaking of girls,
oh yeah.
You hear another girl's name, and like I wrote down the names of the most important characters of this movie, sort of. And when I mean important to me.
There you go.
This girl's name is Mitsuko.
Mm-hmm.
Mitsuko is troubled.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say
she got some battle scars, dude.
Yeah, she had an unfortunate upbringing.
Yeah.
As a child.
Usually don't find out till like the end of the movie.
Yeah,
almost.
you really don't find out until like later on. But you kind of, if you watch movies like this, you kind of had a feeling because of what it's a high school.
Yeah.
Girls are gonna be mean to each other. They are fucking bitches to each other. They are awful. Especially in high school.
Oh yeah.
But this one was like she was a mix between the popular kids and an outcast, which was weird because it was a weird play on things. Like there were rumors and everything spreading around her and everything else, but this is one of those times when I mentioned when your soul is broken, she took this as an opportunity to get back at people.
Yeah.
Like she was murdering folks just to murder people. Like she wasn't because she was doing it out of survival. I take that back. She was really doing it out of survival.
Yeah.
But she had an intention. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah.
She had that fucking intention of like wanting to murder folks. Like it, and you get there's a scene with her that scene always sticks out to me, and like it messed me up now because I was like, yo, there's no fucking way these kids are in 7th grade. But we're clarifying it's 9th grade. One of the scenes, she's putting her clothes back on, and there are 2 dead bodies, 2 boys, butt ass naked, covered in blood, dead, holding.
I think their junk were cut off, wasn't it? Because there was a lot of blood in that area.
Yeah.
It was like it's pretty brutal looking.
Yeah. I think they were. I want to say they were castrized, but they were fucking murdered. She killed them, and I'm sitting there going like, yo, what? When I saw that originally, I was like, yo, she's fucking these kids and is she fucked these dudes and they killed them? I'm like, what kind of Fatal Attraction shit is this?
Yeah, or at least seduce the fuck out of them. At least
something. I'm thinking at this point. That's what I'm thinking. Because even then, she didn't have a lot of blood on. Blood on her. She didn't. Yeah. And then like she kept herself clean. It was crazy because out of all the shit going on in this movie, she had a fucking skincare routine. Bless that queen. I will say that. Yeah. She's
putting on her makeup in the morning.
Makeup she's curling her eyelashes. And I'm like, how the fuck are you curling your eyelashes if you're in 7th grade? No. But she did what she did. And it was fucked up because it was like, man, you didn't know why she was doing. Like she was like fucking enjoying it until you find out that she was unfortunately a male was trying to molest her.
Yeah, an older guy. Yeah, older guy.
She was like...
She was a kid.
She was a child.
Yeah, she was, young.
She was a child. She had to be nothing but like maybe 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
And she comes home and there's a man there with her mom, and her mom's blacked out drunk. Or drunk to the point of being blacked out.
Yeah.
And this guy is being a major creep. He has a fucking doll and shit, man.
Yeah, he's like, this is, what's her name, Mitsu, right? Or?
It was Mitsuko.
Yeah, Mitsuko. Oh, this doll is named Mitsuko, too.
Yeah, like, this scene was kind of like fucked up, but...
Yeah, it was a rough scene. It's like...
Yeah, the kid, however, Mitsuko pretty much said, no, fuck you, and pushed the motherfucker down the stairs and killed him.
Yeah.
The mom looking at her like, Mitsuko, what did you do that for? And I'm like, okay, so she's from a fucked up home.
Yeah.
This is why she's like, yep, I don't want to be that person. I'm going to.
She's like, I am not about to be a victim. No, fuck this. I've been fighting my whole life. I'm going to murder everyone too.
Yeah. I mean, hey man, like I said, flight, like you were saying, flight or fight.
Yeah,
she fucking did
fight.
that. She definitely chose fight.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you see these type of, like obviously the movie is going on, and obviously the kids are either getting killed by the Joker, or they're killing each other or whatever. But like Jose, what was one of your favorite parts of this movie, man?
The part where old dude gets all the guns is pretty good. Can we talk about the damn lighthouse scene?
Yes, we can. That
scene right there is fucking great because it is like holy shit.
Yeah, so like I stepped on Jose's toes when we talked about old boys shooting people at the fucking lake, the 4 people at the lake, taking their weapons like an actual actual playing Fortnite, like that shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and explain the lighthouse scene when you
So our main character escaped the Joker, escaped Michael Myers. He hopped in the ocean off a cliff, and so did his homeboy. We don't know how he got hurt. We just assume maybe he hit a rock. It's never really explained.
No, he was fucking Japanese Joker was pretty much chasing them, shooting the guns. I'm gonna say he got shot, maybe clipped. Yeah. And they jump off the side. Both of them. One comes out unscathed, and the other one comes
Our
out.
main character, yeah.
Yeah, our main character comes out fucking beat to shit.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where you kind of look at the movie like, yo, you're not going to explain that whatsoever?
Yeah, I'm like,
All
okay,
right,
whatever.
man.
But they go to this lighthouse. The dude drops him off because he has his own little story in the movie. Drops him off at the lighthouse. There's these girls. There's a group of what? 5 girls? 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
5 girls. One of the girls there witnessed our main character. So earlier in the movie, like some dude jumped out the bushes and tried to kill old dude. And they had like a struggle. They fought, and when they fought, they rode down a hill, and the dude basically stabbed himself with an axe. But the girl saw it as, oh, he killed that dude. So she's like, this dude's a fucking murderer. I'm going to kill him before he kills us. Mm-hmm. So she goes. Her weapon was like cyanide, right? Or
it was poison. It was just poison. We don't know what it was. Literally just said.
It literally had that generic skull.
Not even. Dude. It just said poison on the front. It said poison, red lettering, and I'm just like,
that's specific. Is it rat poisoning? Is it weed poison?
Whatever, dude. It's just poison. It's poison.
So yes, they're making spaghetti. The nasty. I don't know what that is not spaghetti.
I'm gonna say that was fucking the dub saying it was like the dub saying it was spaghetti because that shit did not look like spaghetti whatsoever. That shit looked like watered down spaghetti ooze, maybe some corn.
Yeah, mixed with corn. It looked like fucking soup.
Look, it definitely looked like soup. It definitely looked, but it was not even because it looked like it was. She dumped it on the table. It looked like it was like little nuggets.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyway, no, I'll fight someone if they hand me that shit.
Oh God.
Anyway, yeah, she pours the poison in that spaghetti. And she's like, oh, I'll get his plate. No, she's like, I'll make his plate. She makes the plate, pours the poison in the plate, mixes it around. She's like, okay, I'll go feed him. Like some girl was on the lookout because they want to have a meeting. The girl comes in like, oh, this looks delicious. Just takes the plate from her and immediately just starts eating it. And old girl is just freaking out in the background. You know, they discuss their plan. All of a sudden, girl just twitches and dies. Just coughs up blood.
Vomit of blood on the fucking table. Like that one. I like how that one was shot too.
Yeah.
Because
like me describing it is not giving the scene justice.
It's not. She fucking, and I can't do it justice really because she just covered her mouth. You saw blood leaking out of it. And at first I'm like, what kind of poison would do that shit? But whatever. Then she projectile vomits fucking blood or spits all the blood out like over the table and drops dead.
And just dies instantly. And all of a sudden this girl grabs an Uzi and it's like, which one of you motherfuckers poisoned? It's like, I know it was one of y'all.
So these women were tight-knit.
Yeah, like, they were a clique.
They were tight, real tight. But this one man shows up, proving that men ain't shit. All he did was they fished him out. They tried to get him back to health. And one girl in that whole group was like, nah, I done seen him murder somebody. He gonna kill us too. He gots to die.
Yep.
And what I also appreciate about this, she kept the same energy until the bullets started flying.
Yeah.
She was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
She was just clutched up everybody huddled around. She was clutched up in the corner like
just like
scared.
Oh shit.
You're like fuck. Like she had that look that she fucked up. Like you all know that look when you get that look of like, yo, I fucked up. Like it's that you're just straight, like you're straight, like oh shit. Like you're silent. You don't say a word. You're like,
oh no.
You just say that one thing and just like fuck. She had that on her face and she kept that same look on her face the entire time.
Yeah.
Then old girl has the Uzi, starting asking questions, and it pretty much went down the way you think.
Yep, she just starts spraying. She points, just starts spraying. The other girls grab their guns, shoot back, and eventually it leads to them under their table. She jumps on the table, just shoots them. They all just shoot each other and die.
It was
basically it.
It was the weirdest Mexican standoff ever.
Yeah, because it was like they shot each other before they did the standoff.
Yes, it was just like, yo, she just once again proving that they don't know what they're doing, which is fine because they're kids. They're not supposed to know how they're doing
exactly.
this. She just lets loose the Uzi in the whole room. Now, it's funny to me how old girl who started this didn't catch a bullet at all.
And she just like ducks under a table and like I'm not
she's like, yo, she disappears like bloop. She's like, nope, and just guns a blade. Now, first off, you don't even know that the other girls have guns.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit about it. Like, you see the one Uzi, but you don't see other guns until click, 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 click.
Yeah, they just pull it out. They got they had the straps, and they just
dude, where the fuck y'all get this heat?
Yeah.
All of y'all can't even tell me all of y'all ain't had guns, bro. Like, nah, where'd y'all get? All of y'all ain't had no guns, because my man got binoculars, fam. All of y'all ain't just getting no guns, dog. That's crazy. But yeah, they fucking shoot each other.
Yeah.
But old girl, who all this caused, fucking so distraught that her friends were killed because of her.
Which the whole time she's saying, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Like, she's in denial.
She watched this shit happen.
Yeah.
And she didn't fess up. They even, and then her friend even looked at her, dying, fucking looked at her and says,
You didn't do this, right?
You didn't do it, right? You
And
could
she's
never.
like, no. Yeah.
No. Like, you see, she wasn't even shooting you.
Yeah.
Like, come on, fam. I know you about to die, but she was the only person that wasn't trying to shoot you. And yet, it was crazy, man. So anyway, she feels guilty. Old boy upstairs is fucking not banging on the fucking
Yeah, because they
door.
lock him in the room. Because they're like, look, I locked him. Because she tried to save that girl, like, not scare her. Like, look, I know you don't trust him, but I locked the door, so don't worry. So he's safe.
Yeah, she fucking locks the door. It's like she opens the door. He's like, what was all that? What's going on? She looks at him. And I forgot.
She said, I forgot how much I liked them.
Yeah, she was like, I forgot how much I liked them. As her last fucking words, as she goes to the top of the lighthouse and jumps the fuck off to her death.
Yep. Old dude goes up to see where she went, and he looks over the ledge, and she's just on a rock.
Dead as hell. Like, she's street pizza.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw that scene for the first time, that is one of my favorite fucking scenes.
Yeah, because that scene is insane. It's fucking crazy.
Crazy, because that proves that no one trusts anyone, and they can be your fucking best fucking friends. Like, I'm talking about your road dogs, and yet one bad thing happens, and you all turn on each other.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy. Like, who do you believe? Think about this. If you and your friends were in that room, and one of y'all just dies, and it doesn't look like it was a fucking accident, who are you trusting?
Yeah.
Who are you trusting? It's almost kind of, you know what it reminds me of? It almost reminds me of The Thing.
Yeah.
It almost reminds me of The Thing, to the point to where the way it was done, because everybody was freaking the fuck out. Like, yo, we're all happy-go-lucky. Next thing you know, someone's dead. And it's like, all right, who fucking did it? One of you bitches did it. Somebody got to die.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that shit was crazy. Like, that was probably one of the better scenes, because even a movie that doesn't have the strongest plot, that one there, like, it's hard to try to care about the characters in the movie because you know the majority of them are going to die.
Yeah.
But just to see them kind of have that moment of peace and clarity and like friendship, only turn into like a fucking shit show. Yeah, pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Really, really great. Yeah, and everyone, for the most part, everyone gets like a little backstory. Like, you learn pretty much about everyone. Pretty much.
There's a lot of characters in this movie, and just because of time constraints or anything else, not granted, yes, it is our show. And yes, we can keep talking about it until God eats, but we want to keep it under a certain time frame. There's a lot of characters in this movie.
Yeah.
And some characters get a backstory. Some characters don't. Some characters get a machete in the head.
Yeah.
Some characters get the throat slit. For us to cover that shit, it's not important. You came here for the fucking death.
Yeah.
Death and gore. But we're getting close to the home stretch. So obviously, we get to the final scenes of the movie. Now, one thing that's been going on in the background is there's a group of kids, the nerdy kids I like to call.
Yeah, nerds. But no.
They are trying to get out. Everybody's trying to survive, but you have those group of people that are trying to fucking like legitimately get out. of the get out of the island and get out and just be like, yo, we're gonna get back home and we're gonna forget this shit ever happened, but we're gonna take these people down first. So the nerdy motherfuckers, these guys actually took the time, realized that there were mics in the neck. It's like in the
neck bombs,
the neck bombs that they had on there, like
the collars.
The collars. Thank you.
Yeah.
The collars that they had on, and they kept silent throughout the entire time, telling each other parts and stuff that they needed. They were making bombs to go blow up the school that everyone was that
all
the teacher and the military was at.
Yeah.
So he builds the bombs. They put all that stuff. So they build the bombs, get that shit in, and then before they do that, though, they hacked the mainframe of the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
They hacked it, and they're like the military's freaking out, and the teacher, who is just great, he just looks at everything, looks around, walks up.
He just looks mildly annoyed. Like, oh.
He's like, man, like, all right, like he's just like, this is a mild inconvenience. He walks up, goes to the power grid, flips the switch, shuts it all down. And the military's looking at him like,
the fuck? Yeah.
Like, but why? He's like, just restart it.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're freaking out because they know all the timers are going to go down. There's no power. They can't track anybody. They can't flip. They can't hit their bombs or anything.
All the danger zones were wiped out.
All of them are then wiped out. They can't figure stuff out. So he was like, okay, cool. He's like, just restart it. We're cool. The kids are coming up, and here comes fucking Michael Myers.
Yep.
Fucking murking all of them. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he lights up some poor kid who's like, hey, I bet you that's our friend. And nope.
Knowing damn well, if you watch enough horror movies, you know as soon as he walks up, hey, that's our friend right there. You knew he was about to die.
You knew he was about to turn into Swiss cheese.
Boy. Motherfucker got shot up worse than RoboCop.
By the fucking Uzi that was just unlimited.
Okay, so yeah.
Infinite ammo.
So let's talk about that. This guy took an Uzi, and I shit you not, had unlimited ammo. Unlimited. I made a joke to Jose when we were watching this movie. It's like, dude, I don't think I've seen him reload that gun one time. Until he did.
Like, oh, there you go.
Like, hey, there it is. But
it was literally for plot.
Yes.
Because he was trying to kill the main character, and he was like, oh, I gotta reload.
Well, too bad for you.
Yep.
You got 5 seconds. Like, that shit never ran out. Like, every time he was killing people with that Uzi, I legitimately was like, is he ever going to run out of bullets? And obviously not. He had the contra code and just kept it going.
Yeah, exactly.
But he lights nerds up. And it's crazy because they legitimately had a plan, but this dude did not give a shit. He didn't care.
No.
He just wanted the murder. He's like, hey man, it's cool. You can fucking cure AIDS. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
It's like, I don't care about this shit. I just want to murder people. That's what I signed up for.
He's like, the fuck does that have to do with me? He said that with his eyes because he clearly did not talk.
Yeah, he never talked at all.
So that shit. Now the reason why we're telling you this is because it's almost like a significant point because this motherfucker shoots all the nerds, but he shoots the place where the bombs were. That shit explodes. Next thing you know, he walks around, but our heroes hear the explosion. They run up and they see him, but they're keeping down.
They see Slasher Man,
but they see what's going on. He's like, yo, he's just moving around like just weirdly. And then one of the dudes come up and he's like, okay, I'll go check it out. He walks up, counts close, and then the camera cuts up. You see he is blind. And I don't know what that is and why this is significant, but he got scarier.
Yeah.
he legit got scarier because I don't know how he was doing it, and this was ridiculous. Homie went blind this entire time, shooting the Uzi straight.
Yeah. It's like he knew where you were. Like all of a sudden, it
like
didn't matter.
Motherfucker had hearing. Like
yeah.
He's like, yo, he's like, he loses one sense, all the other senses get better.
Yep.
He was lighting motherfuckers up. Plain and simple. Man, it was, and then obviously he probably gets the coolest death in this movie too.
Yeah, he gets shot in the collar.
He gets shot in the fucking collar,
which causes the explosion, and he just pop,
boom, head gone.
Yep,
done, dead. So now I guess the biggest threat is out. Also, he murdered Misko. Like we left.
We kind of
Yeah,
that was the big. Okay, here's the main bad guy.
Yep.
And here's the main bad girl.
Yep.
Let them have their cool little 5-10 minute fight.
And then not even like
It was
he
like
just
5
come
minutes,
up,
yeah.
bro. He just came up, and then she was like, ah. And he's like, no.
But then he was like, shit. Okay.
He was like, all right, man. And he just like, oh my god, just stay down.
He's like, please die, please die.
Just fucking just kept shooting her, and it fucking worked out. But we're getting to towards the end of the movie, like this. So, like I said, you don't care about the plot here. You're only really here for the fucking violence. Do the kids make it out? Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Via some trickery. And it's kind of one of those things like that. Let's just say this. One kid plans is three survivors left, our main heroes, and then one of the transplants. The transplant shoots them.
Transfer kids.
Yeah, the transfer kids. Yeah. I say transplants because they're just literally there.
Yeah.
To cause a ruckus. But he goes on to shoot them. The teacher sees that their heart monitors are done. He's like, okay, game's over. It's done. He sends the military away. Next thing you know, he's doing fucking aerobics in the middle of a yard in the morning, and one of the main transfer students come back up, and they have a dialogue, and they say, okay, so he was the survivor of the last game. He comes up and he's like, hey, I know you cheated, and we can't have that. And the kid looks at him like, what? And he pulls out a gun. Katano, the teacher, pulls out a gun and points it at him. And then we see the other two kids, our other two heroes, come out with weapons pointing at the teacher. Now, the one thing we did leave out, because this movie is just already kind of creepy with adults, he had a thing for the little sweetheart girl that was one of the survivors, one of the heroes, and he looked at her and just said, hey, shoot me, shoot me or I'll shoot you. And then old boy just gave his fucking balls a tug and just shot him with the Uzi. And come to find out, the teacher shoots back. It's a fucking squirt gun.
Yeah, it's a little water gun that just
not even like it's like
one good stream.
One really good stream. I'm like, yo, what kind of water gun did you have that was fucking that dope? Because that shit was
like a constant stream. It was
like a consistent stream, bro. Like it was crazy.
It actually was true. That's true.
But yeah, so he fucks around, and honestly, he dies. Movie over, kind of, sort of. Like, it's the rest of that shit's boring. Yes, they're survivors.
Yeah, I would say that's one of the weaker parts of the movie too. I think
the weaker point is the plot.
It was
the plot and the ending. It was weak. There's no reason to cover it. We covered pretty much the good parts. You probably what I would recommend is like this shit had so much shock value, and not in a shitty way, but just enjoy it. Like, I would say, would you tell people to watch this?
Oh, absolutely. This is one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
I think people do need to see this movie. It's influential in a lot of ways, man. In more ways than one.
Man.
Yeah, like I said, Quentin Tarantino loves it, man. So if you're a fan of his, you can see where he might have got inspirations. He got one of the actresses from this movie.
He did.
She plays Go-Go in Kill Bill. That's the crazy little schoolgirl with the ball.
Surprisingly, she was not a crazy schoolgirl in this movie.
No, she was all right. She did pretty good.
The only thing is, she died in this. She died in this movie, but I would have probably fucking died after getting. She got friend zoned.
Yeah, she got friend zoned pretty hard.
Yo, I would have fucking died right after that.
It's like, you know what? I'll just
she fucking confessed her. She almost confessed her fucking love to a dude, and she was like, it's like, do you love someone else?
And he's like, yeah.
He's like, yeah. She's like, well, fuck.
Yeah, my eyes would just turn black like Uncle Charles. Yeah, like
fucking
Crossroads.
Done. Done. Like, fucking just kill me, Lord. I'm out. Yeah. Like, come on, dog. Like, come on, bruh. That shit was funny as hell.
Shit, dude.
I also would recommend this movie, and I would give this movie out of 5. I give it a 4. Back in the day, I would have gave this shit a 5.
Yeah.
It is not aged well to me. If it might be better if you got your hands on the original version with the subtitles and everything. But I'll give this a 4. I'll give this a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think I'll give it a 4 out of 5 too. You know what? Fuck it. I'll give it a 4.5.
See, and that's what I thought. That's what I thought too. So that's what I thought too. So it was 4.5.
Like I said, I won't give it a perfect score, but it's really fucking good, dude.
Yo, it is.
Like I said, the plot's kind of simple, and I think the ending's just weak.
Yeah, it's you came for the murder. You did not come for the plot. We wish the ending was better.
Yeah, because the movie ends, and then it should have ended right there. But there's like maybe 5-10 minutes more.
Yeah, just like weird scene of like the kids getting back to Japan, but they're like wanted for murder because obviously they rigged the game.
It just went on too long. Like you could have just showed like, hey, these kids are wanted for murder. You could have cut to the kids running.
Yeah, exactly.
But there was like a 2 scenes later. It was weird. It was just too long.
It was long. If you'd have cut down maybe 5 minutes, about 5
minutes.
5 minutes of this movie, been great.
Yeah.
But this is still a very fucking influential movie. One of my favorite movies. But I will not sit here and just tell you that it did not age well. Yeah. I'll say that. But time for the fun part.
Oh, yeah.
Time for our fucking cinema villain, man.
Cinema villain.
So, Jose, last movie we had, that was unanimous.
That was unanimous. He's in the Villain Hall of Fame.
He's Villain Hall of Fame. We got that.
His jersey is retired in the Hall of Doom.
Yes, that is true. But now, this is our first time, actually, is our villain unanimous?
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either. I'll go. You want me to tell you mine, or you want to start first?
Yeah, my villain. Honestly, the villain is a government for setting this shit up. If we want to be honest to God truth,
that's a good one. Go ahead. No,
because it's like these kids are okay. These are some shitty fucking kids.
Yes.
The shittiest kid got what he deserved.
Yes, he did.
So that's it.
To me, I think he's the one that started it, but it's not. It's not true.
Yeah,
it's not. Him stabbing that teacher in the ass didn't cause the effect. The battle royal was still going on before that happened.
That just that was just like, hey, I nominate this class. That's what that shit was. So honestly, the government, like, you can make the argument for the teacher. I think you might. Michael Myers is a pretty frightening villain. The other chick is pretty evil, crazy as well. But I don't know. This movie doesn't really have a main villain. That's the thing. Yeah,
I'll agree. The government is something that I wouldn't have thought. So I will say our pick isn't unanimous.
Yeah.
I actually went with, when I watched this movie going in, I was like, nope, it's the teacher.
Yeah.
It's definitely Kitano being the main villain of this movie to me. But after rewatching it and finding my love, and it's been throughout this whole fucking show, it is Mr. fucking Unnamed, Mr. Kiriyama, fucking Mr. Goddamn Michael Myers, Joker himself.
He's just having too much fun. That's his problem.
This dude was just...
Because you're really kind of convincing me it's him. Because I was thinking about it too, talking about, man, this guy was just kind of fun as a villain.
Dude, he was just there. Like,
he just was like...
When they say
he was Nemesis from Resident Evil.
That's what he was. Except he didn't fucking say a word.
Yeah, so he didn't say stars.
He didn't fucking say a word. Yeah. He fucking... The only thing that said stars was his fucking gun. That's it. That is it.
Yep.
Like, that was it. Like, he legitimately walked around that whole movie. Like, he carried himself quiet as fuck in that corner.
Yeah.
And I could have, like, I thought, and I'm like, okay, you knew, just by looking at him, just seeing how edgy he is, you're kind of like, okay, he's probably the bad guy. This motherfucker comes out and just murders these kids. Like, it didn't dawn on me until he's like, yeah, this dude just showed, like, me, I survived. Him over there, he's just here for fun. That right there, I'm like, oh, yeah. How are you here for fun, my guy? What is fun about killing kids? You're a kid, I think.
Yeah, kid. Quotation marks.
Kid. But no, he is my villain of this movie. And like I said, when I started, I fucking had the teacher. I swear to God I was going to end with the teacher. After watching it again, I am going with
Because that's my
Kirama.
thing. I kind of don't blame the teachers. A little kid stabs me in the ass. I'm gonna be
Oh
fucking
yeah.
pissed.
Oh yeah. I was like, yo, he stabbed me in my ass. Do you not see my asshole cheek?
Yeah.
My cheek is leaking, fam.
Yeah.
Dude, it hurts to sit. Like I'd be mad as hell too.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. Like oh my God. Like, but the fact that like he was doing this, but he had a heart. So I couldn't, the way it went on, it was still creepy how he had that, but he legitimately had a heart. He was like, I don't hate all of you.
Yeah.
I don't like most of y'all.
Yeah.
But I don't hate all of y'all. You motherfucker. I think he killed the motherfuckers he hated. Like, I'm gonna be real. He literally took out the motherfuckers he hated. But
exactly.
but he did not, it is what it is. But yeah, Kirama's my villain, and Jose chose the actual government, which is actually probably one of the smartest fucking things I heard, because now, they the ones started this.
Yeah, they're the ones like, let's just fucking have kids kill the shit out of each other.
And it's like, I wanted to say that it was because of a plot. Not the plot, Jesus. Because, hey, the population, we need to keep the kids down. No, they were doing it to teach the fucking kids a lesson.
Yeah, like kids are becoming bad. They're rioting in the streets. Nah, we're good. Let's just get them killed. They're skipping school. Fuck this.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. So that was our first ever the cinema villain debate. Actually, not even a debate. Just we chose differently.
We just
let us know who, if you've seen the movie, let us know who your villain is.
Yeah.
You can reach out to me. My @ on Twitter is @ShaggyBlack. Jose is
at dashing _Jose S.
Is that the same as your IG?
Oh no, my IG is super villain Jose.
There you go. And
I'll let you know. We'll write in the show notes or something. I can't remember. It's probably going to change to my Instagram, my Twitter. My Twitter's probably going to change.
And
You'll find me easier.
And my Twitter's not going to change, but my Instagram is ShaggyBlack _13. You can reach out to us. Let us know if you see his villain. Who was your cinema villain? And other than that, you got any closing arguments or closing statements?
No. Like I said, this movie's great. Go watch it. It's fun. Probably one of the best movies ever made. Up there. It's up there. It's one of the best Japanese movies.
I'll say that. Yeah, it's definitely got its culture. It's definitely there.
It's there. It's in the.
It fucking inspired video games.
Yeah.
It literally, you are playing a game right now inspired by this fucking movie.
Yep.
That is how important it is.
It's and it, like, you can argue the Hunger Games ripped it off.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
But then now every fucking game, every shooter you're playing has to have it.
Yeah, it has to have a battle royale.
It is legitimately top 10 monumental, like, just Japanese movies.
Yeah.
Of all time. So it's like, it's up there. But I will say that just do yourself a favor. Put Apex down. Go ahead and watch this. And then pick the controller back up, because that probably would inspire you to play.
Yeah, because I kind of want to play a goddamn battle royale game.
I'm definitely after him picking up the fucking grenades and shit. I'm like, yep, I'm probably gonna play Warzone right after this.
Yeah,
like, so it
picks
is.
up old dude's armor, just like
click, done, just done. But yeah, man. I mean, that's it for us. I am Shaggy Black,
and I am Jose,
and we will see you guys soon.
Oh yeah.